I'm Johnny Scoville. I have issues, and this is Chase the Heat. Oh, it's gonna be a fun one. All right, it's gonna be a great video. Before I get going, a couple people I wanna thank here. I wanna thank Chris Clark from ES Power Drink. Mind Body, Mango and Mint. This is the Johnny Scoville version. How cool is that label? Are you joking me? This is Mind Body, Mango Mint Power Drink. This is the coolest power drink I've ever had. You see that? It says right there, it's a shame you gotta drink anything else. I said that, it wasn't planned. This is the greatest sports drink I have ever had. If I could just hit a switch and have this be the only liquid that I'm allowed to drink until I croak, I'd be happy. This is amazing. So thank you, Chris. I got a lot more of these. And Matthew and Carla Arthur. Matthew, you are a genius, and you saw in the thumbnail, we got a Warthog challenge. Now, I have to talk just for a minute about the Warthog. I have two different phenotypes here, by the way. I have the phenotype he has selected. You recognize this. This is the Warthog. Well, so I only have 3 of that phenotype, okay? But I have a whole bunch of off phenotypes. Now, I want to show you something kind of cool. Excuse me. A Warthog is a Wartrix that's been crossed with a 7-pot Primo. Now, these are off phenotypes, which means they're the same mixture, but as he was growing them out, he decided every time the plant would pop up that this was the phenotype he was looking for, and this is the one he stabilized. However, these are off phenotypes. I want to show you this. You can see the influence of both peppers. In here, you can't. You just see a new pepper. But in here, let me find a good one and I'll show you a good example of that. All right, here. If you look at this, you can see the influence of the 7-pot right at the end, but you can sort of see the influence, right, for sure, of the Wartrix in there also. Here's another perfect example. If you look at you can sort of see the 7-pot Primo at the tip, kind of the influence of that, but you can see the influence of the Wartrix. The best example of them all is right here. If I show you this way, yeah, it looks like a Wartrix, right? You see that way, you can sort of see the 7-pot coming out of it. So I have a bunch of pods that are the exact same pepper cross, but just a different phenotype, a different shape. These are the ones he's chosen. So I've got a lot of Wartrix. This is the first ever Wartrix challenge, so I'm really excited about this. I'm going to start with the I'll start with the 3 big ones. Isn't that what order I was going to do it in? Oh, before I go any further, I got to tell you about last night's sleep. I've been struggling. I've always struggled with sleep. I don't, the first 4 or 5 years of this, 6 years of this channel, I slept 4 hours a night. That was just and I had done that for years and years, and it's looking back on it now, it's embarrassing because I sort of viewed it at the time like it's a badge of honor. Like, hey, I don't sleep 4 hours of sleep because I don't need more and I work harder. Let me tell you something. Sleep is integral to life, and there's no bravado in telling people you sleep 4 hours. I used to, but there's none anymore. Not for me anyway. Last night I went to bed at midnight, which doesn't sound like that crazy. I slept until 9:30, and I swear to you, I didn't roll over, I didn't move. I woke up feeling like the last couple weeks, I've been waking up feeling like I'm coming out of a simulation. The dreams I've been having are so vivid and real and just so different than any other dream I've ever had that honestly, I felt like in the morning I wasn't really waking up from rest. I feel like I was coming out of a simulation that I was working all night. That's how it felt like. And last night, or this morning when I woke up, it was like opening my eyes coming out of a coma. It took me a little longer to wake up. I sort of had a bit of a sleep hangover. Have you ever had that? Where you kind of, and everybody's saying, oh, he's touching his eyes. I want to show you something. There's no heat, people, in the outside of a chili. Everybody always asks, how do you touch those peppers in your eyes? There is no heat anywhere on the outside of a pepper, just to clarify that. All right, so I'm gonna cut these pods open. I'm only gonna cut them all open, I guess. Man, I'm excited about this. I'm nervous. To talk just for a moment about the Wartrix. Again, it's a 7-pot Primo, which was created by Troy Primo, my friend. I love Troy. And the Wartrix, created by Matthew Arthur. And I love Matthew, and he's my friend. He put those two together, and that's what he came up as the plants were growing. Here's how it works. If you had a 7-pot and you have a Wartrix and you cross them, the result, you're gonna have pods all over the place. Some will look like this, and some are gonna look like this. And he said, that's the one I want. That's the phenotype I like. So as he's stabilizing, with each new season, he keeps taking those seeds from the previous one and growing them out for F1, F2, F3, and so on and so forth. By the time he gets to F8, this is what every one of them will look like. It'll be a stabilized pepper. But as is right now, he has a number of different types, and it's just a very, very exciting pepper. But the reason it's so exciting to me is, and I'm just going to be wickedly honest about it. The first year I started the channel, by everybody's opinion in the chili community, and this is a lot of people, and it's understandable. They all thought the Reaper was the hottest pepper, and I ate pepper. The channel is in its 8th season right now. Okay, we're about to turn 8 years old. We'll be entering our 9th season. The very first season of Chase the Heat, I ate peppers hotter than Carolina Reapers. Period. I took heat from people when I said that. Oh, you can't say that. I did. Season 2, I ate other peppers that were hotter than the Reaper. So what my point is, the Reaper hasn't been the hottest pot in a long, long time. A long, long time. Forget what a book tells you. I mean that. Books don't eat peppers. Books are never going to run to get something to drink because their book's mouth is hot. Don't listen to books. Listen to what chili heads say. Anyway, so there were peppers, there were some great peppers along the way. There's 7-pot brown. There's the chocolate bootla, the BTR, the bootla scorpion, the butch tea. There were a lot of peppers that in my mind, and most other chili heads, were hotter than Reaper. You eat them, one's hotter than the other. It was very clear. And then came along, about 4 years ago now, then came along the Primatale, all right, which is, again, a 7-pot. Isn't that funny? 7-pot just seems to do it. 7-pot crossed with a yellow Wartrix. And the result was the Primatale, which is just a different pepper. I do not know one chili head. I don't know one who has eaten a Reaper and then eaten a Primatale and still tells you that the Reaper's hotter. They don't exist. If you find one, they're on the payroll. They have a monetary reason for saying that. I'm telling you the truth. The Primatale came along, and then before that, I want to explain something. Before that, if you ate a Reaper or let's say when the Reaper first came out, if you ate a Reaper, you're like, wow, that is just instantly hotter than any other pepper I've ever had. And that's what it was like when the Reaper first came out. But then the Primatale came out. And I'm telling you, I don't think you're gonna find a human being alive who has eaten more peppers, at least on video, than I have. I know what I'm talking about. When the first time I ate a Primatale, I remember it. I don't remember the first time I ate a Reaper, but boy, I remember the first time I ate a Primatale. I ate that thing, and just like that, my thought that I had with Reaper, like, holy mackerel, this Reaper makes everything else just seem not so hot. The Primatale did that to every other pepper, all of them. All of them. It was just noticeably hotter than anything else immediately. And when it came out, years ago, I thought, well, that's the hottest pepper. That's just the way it's going to be. And it was fine. I'm fine with that. I love the Primatale. There's chocolate, there's a caramel, there's a whole bunch of color variants that are very, very exciting. The yellow one, there's a lot of wonderful peppers out there that are Primatales. And then a couple weeks ago, I get a box of peppers from Matthew Arthur. Now, I don't know what I'm eating. He didn't say, hey, this is going to be the hottest. He just said, I got some cool peppers. Let me send them to you. The Warthog. I ate the Warthog, and you know what my first thought was? The same feeling I had Actually, not quite the same. My first thought was immediately surprised. This is different. And I hadn't been this excited about a pepper since the Pre-Metallic came around. But I'm that excited about the Warthog. So now that I've blabbered enough, we're going to get into this Warthog challenge. I'm going to begin with the. You know what I'll do? I'll start with the big one, and I'll go to one of the off phenotypes and compare the heat, and then I'll just continue it, and I'll see if I can eat them all. We got 3. We got 6, 10. We have 12. We have 12 of these Warthogs. We'll see. I'm going to cut them all open just to be certain that the interiors all look great, but I'm not going to take pictures of all of them. I'm excited about this. I don't get nervous about pepper. I get nervous about a big pepper challenge because I know what they're going to do to me. But I haven't felt this way about a pepper. Like I said, you should see what this smell. You should smell this room right now. Okay. But this is just the most excited I've been about a pepper in a really, really long time. Years and years. So before I start eating, I'm going to cut open one of the phenotype that Matthew is shooting for. And then I'm going to show you the off phenotype. Let's compare the two. Here is the phenotype. Here is the Warthog, people. This is going to be a pepper people are going to be talking about for a very, very long time. Here's the outside, and here is the inside of the Warthog. Vicious. Now, Matthew's a stud. He's a great guy. The last time I had them, I had never had the desire to pull seeds out. I never thought to myself ever, boy, I need seeds of this. And I did with the Warthog. I was like, man, I took seeds out, and I feel kind of bad. I took them out before asking Matthew permission. Immediately after that video, because I wasn't planning on it before. Immediately after that video, I called Matthew and I sent him a message and said, hey, dude, I pulled some seeds out. If you don't want me doing that, I'll eat them in front of everybody. But if it's okay, that's a special pepper. And he said, absolutely, go ahead. So I'm really excited that I got some Warthog seeds. But here's the interior of the off phenotype. It doesn't look a whole lot different, just a little bit smaller. All right, here we go. From Matthew Arthur, the first ever Warthog challenge. My name is Johnny Scoville, and I have issues. And this is Chase the Heat. I forgot something. So hot right away. She hits different, I'm telling you. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention about the Warthog and some of the burn characteristics, it has a unique one, all right? It doesn't just burn and get hot. It burns and it peaks. But every other pepper, occasionally you'll get a pepper that does this. It's called a false peak, where you think it's coming down like, holy moly, here we go again. This peaks and plateaus. I thought the first time it was a fluke. Every time I've eaten one, it peaks and plateaus. It's just a very special pepper. That first one was hot right away. It's climbing right now. The burn's in my throat. Oh, it also has this radiating pulse burn, like it just kind of pulsates. It's not doing that yet, but it's just really hot. We're gonna go on with this challenge. I'm gonna stop soon, or sooner than I'd like. Here's the off phenotype version, all right? I don't really detect any different in flavor. The flavor is fruity. Now they were floral and bitter the first couple times. That last one didn't have any floral bitterness. It was just fruity and piping hot. Okay, are you ready for this? I've had two peppers, one large one and a smaller one. My ears are burning from two peppers. I'm just telling you people, we have a new pepper. There's something special. If you're a grower, you want to get your hands on some Warthog seeds. I'm going to get into it or I'm going to have trouble. Now, I said I wouldn't take pictures of all of them. If I get a really pretty interior, I'm going to snag a photo of it. Like this one. Sorry. Wow, my tongue and my throat are on fire. Here's the interior of one of the other big ones. You ready? Something I just realized, if you're a fan of like interrogations on YouTube, on videos, a lot of times you'll see a guilty person and they'll be rocking like I am right now. You know what they call that? Self-soothing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm on fire. My ears are burning. I've had 3 peppers. Whew. We just have a hot pepper here, people. This is different. There's no fluke about the Warthog. It's the hottest pepper I've eaten this year. Hands down. Not even that close. No, that's not true. It's close, but this is hotter. My throat is bad. Here we go. I'm gonna get right into it though. I'm not stopping. Just super tight placenta. My ears are lit up. Yeah, I got to take a picture of this one. We just have a special pepper here, people. We just have something special here. We just do. Oh boy. Look how thick that is. I've not eaten that many. 1, 2. I've only eaten 5 peppers. This is the last of the his chosen phenotype. I'm stopping after this pepper. How about that? My ears are just burning. It's the hottest pepper I've ever had. I'm done. My ears are just ringing. It's not a fluke. That is the hottest pepper. That's it. That's it. It's the hottest pepper I've ever had. I was going to eat, what, 12 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I stopped at 6. That's a pepper, people. If you're a grower, you want Warthog or Warthog. Holy moly. My ears are just ringing. My pain's at a 7. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a chocolate prima donna challenge tomorrow or the next day. And I'm going to eat 6 of them. And I'm going to compare the burn of 6 of those. Wow, okay, I'm going to wrap it up. That's it. Here's our first Warthog challenge. That's the hottest pepper. Yep, that's it for me. That's a Warthog. My ears are popping. I'll hang for a couple minutes more, but I'm hurting. People, you want the Warthog. I'm going to wrap it up in the description box. Matthew, Arthur. Whew. Holy moly. By the way, yesterday I said in the bottom, you're going to see conjured vapor. There must have been 20 comments saying, you didn't put it in the end. Pay attention. Watch it till the end. I didn't go back and alter it. After I saw the comments, I went and watched the video. If you wait to the end, it appears right here. Pay attention, people. That goes only for the people who didn't see it and left a comment. Wow. It hits different. No joke. Up on top. The challenges, this one included. That's the Warthog, people. It's the hottest pepper I've ever eaten, and I've eaten a couple. I'm Johnny Scoble. I have issues, and this was Chase the Heat.